soap is on our hands. We're going to then rub our hands together, getting that soap all saturated around, and we're going to wash our hands for an entire 20 seconds. You can sing the ABC song, or you can count to 20 like I did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And we're going to rinse that soap off, making sure we're not putting our hand in the bottom of the sink bowl, because you don't want any germs from the sink or from the nozzle to get on your hands. You're then going to grab that paper towel, turn off that water. I use this paper towel and throw this one away. I grab a fresh paper towel, and then you dry your hands. Hi you guys, we're back and we're going to be showing you guys how to properly triturate your powder and your base creams. So first we're going to start off with our materials. We have our gum acacia, we have our healing lotion, we have our mortar and our pestle, we have our spatula, we have our sterile gloves, we have our scale, our alcohol pads, parchment paper, and we also have our weighing bolts. In order to do this, we're going to refer back to our previous video with us weighing powders. We're going to go with the rule and our 10% rule, which means that when weighing this powder, we should be weighing out 5 grams, no more than 5.5 grams due to our error calculation. And for our healing lotion, we're going to be weighing out 20.6 for our base creams. So first, to start that off, we've already washed our hands. Next, we're going to put on our gloves. Now that our gloves is on, we're going to turn on our scale. Our scale is on. We're going to start by tearing our scale, which is basically making sure that our weighing bowl goes on our scale and that any of the weighting powders that go inside of it will be the only thing that weighs. In other words, it's going to take away from the weight from the weighing bowl, and you'll only have the weight of the items that you're placing inside of it. Our scale is now at a 0, which means that we have now officially tiered our scale. Next, you would like to take your weighing bolt off. We're going to start with our dry powders. So we're going to start with our measurements of 5 grams. So we're going to place that back on here, and it's back at 0. We're going to weigh out exactly 5 grams, you guys. That is 2 grams exactly. That brings us to 3.0. .7, 4.0, 4.9, and 5 exactly. So now that we have our powder weighted out to 5, we're going to take our weighing boat off and we're going to begin to weigh our healing lotion. For our healing lotion, we're going to weigh out 20.6 grams. We have 1.3, 6.4, 9.2, 14.4, 17.5, 19, 20 grams even, and we have 20.11. Because that is more than the margin we're looking for, we're going to level off a little bit of that. That brings us to 3.4. My apologies, my incorrections. I just noticed that I meant to say 20.4. That's 20.5. $20.6 exactly, you guys. Show you guys that. Next, you guys are basically going to want to combine these two, your wet versus your dry ingredients, slowly combining them in your mortar with your pestle until you guys have both of those weighted out. We're going to place down our parchment paper. We're going to place our mortar and our pestle on top of those. We're going to take our wet and our dry ingredient, place those on there as well to avoid any spillage. We're then going to slowly add in our wet ingredient. Just a little bit at a time, you guys, leaving some in there. We're going to then take our dry ingredient, little at a time still, and we're going to place that into our mortar. Then you're going to take your pestle and you're going to press down inside of your mortar, grinding all of those products and mixing them together. Once you have those well combined, you can then add more of your wet and your dry ingredients, remembering to slowly add those in. Just a little bit at a time, you guys. This is what you have the parchment paper for, you guys, for any spills, to be able to properly clean up any spills that you guys have. Then you're going to want to take that dry ingredient and you're going to want to place that up in here again, repeating the process, slowly grinding. Once you have all those products in there, grinding and blending both of those together. It's slowly but surely starting to come together, you guys. You're going to have a mixture like this. You're going to want to add the rest of this in, remembering to still slowly but surely Slowly but surely adding it in. Your wet and your dry ingredients. Slowly mixing them both together. Now you're going to take your dry ingredient again. Pouring just a little bit in at a time, you guys. Using your mortar and your pestle again. Grinding and mixing those two products together. Note, you guys, please make sure before you guys have started this process, after washing your hands, that you have sterilized all of your equipment. Mine have been sterilized prior. Okay, once again, coming together, looking a little something like this. You're then going to want to take your spatula again, scraping the rest of that product out, and repeating that process of slowly but surely adding little bits at a time. It requires patience, but sometimes that's what it takes to get accuracy. Ensuring that I get all of that product out. That's everything out of the bowl. Now, onto the other bowl with the dry ingredients. We're going to scrape all the rest of that out as well. Slowly but surely adding it in there. Okay, both of our ingredients, wet and dry, are in our mortar. We're going to blend them together with our pestle. Really ensuring that you get the chunks out of there. You want a smooth ointment. Or cream, rather. Once you have that all blended together, nice and smooth like that, you guys are going to want to store this, label it, and then after you store and label, you're going to take all of your materials that we use, your weighing bowl, your spatula, your scale, and you're going to want to sterilize all of those. But first, sterilize all of those, especially our weighing bolts. You're going to want to take some water and some soap and a dish rag, and you're going to want to wash those out. We have two separate bowls here, one with soap and water, one with just regular water in them. And then we also have two washcloths for this purpose, one for washing and one